All right, love.
Good afternoon, Jeffrey.
Good afternoon to you and salute. Boom. What's Homer T doing?
No. He's trying to tell me that he hasn't EAT'd yet.
Well, don't say anything to him. Well, we're in the outdoor studio, and I got to tell you, man, if you're watching on YouTube or Rumble, look, I just pulled my hood up.
I was trying to dress for the occasion. I really wanted at least another 3 layers on.
Now it's messing with me. I can't do that. Yeah, I'm all jacked up in here. All right. We are coming off of, was not a long day, was it? Would you describe it as a long day?
Semi. We got up early.
Yeah. I kind of feel much like, okay, so everybody doesn't know what we did. You and I do. Right. I will do this to you all the time. I just assume you know what we're talking about, or what I'm talking about. But we dog trained today. And it was a good hour drive to the north. We needed to be there by 8, so I don't know. My alarm went
6:30, even before 6:30 we left.
Yeah, I was gonna say my alarm went off early, but I kind of chose to ignore it. But where I'm going with this is, what are you gonna say?
I really love when you do that.
I don't do it on purpose. I feel like I've been sea duck hunting. Kind of the sun, dog training, the sun and the wind. I feel very much, especially driving home. I definitely felt that. I don't even know what I just did. I'm sorry. I got buttons blinking. I don't know. I'm gonna leave that alone. Oh my! So we're going to talk, I guess, about dogs again.
Yes.
Repeatedly. There we go. That seems to be what we've been rambling about most recently.
Well, ducks, dogs, and decoys, right?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. So this is we could talk about decoys too. That I'm not touching a decoy today, which I should be, because I have plenty to paint, plenty more to carve. But yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't know. I'm stuttering. Dog training on Monday was a rain day, so that was a good day's.
Yep.
Good day's painting.
Hours.
And then Tuesday, we were gonna do some training. First off, the official training was canceled, so we were still gonna run over and do something in the afternoon on our own. But man, the wind was freaking howling.
Yeah.
So we ended up just, you're doing some drills here in the yard, and I did get more painted. And I feel like one of the evenings here, so that would have been Tuesday evening, Wednesday. Today's Thursday. Now I guess I didn't do anything yesterday. Anyway, I'm we'll say I'm in a blur, but I'm lacking motivation this very moment. Maybe a hot shower would maybe
put you to sleep.
Well, or fix me, much like if I was really sea duck hunting today. But yeah, you're right. If I took a hot shower after sea ducks, I'd probably be asleep. But all right. The dogs today, man. Rye's really been doing well.
And Rye she'll be 7 this year. She's the mother of the pups.
Yeah, and she's a junior hunter, and she is gonna be. I keep saying. I didn't think that was down all. It still looks like it's not down all the way. I guess it is, yes. I keep saying our project, but she's going to be your master hunter project.
Hopefully.
Yeah. No, we'll get her up. She's doing well. We'll get her up to speed. But she's really sitting there nice for a triple. Normally when we train, I like to quote train, but specifically on the past 3 Thursdays to give me confidence, maybe get the Scoter dog confidence too, but definitely to give me confidence in her that she can. You want to get down? Go ahead. No, she doesn't want to. She's sitting in the chair. To give me confidence in her, because I work best off when I'm confident. I've got the hunt test setups. I've been actually more testing than training. Where every other day of the week I'm training. We trained yesterday. I tested today, and we didn't train on hunt test yesterday with all age type work. But everybody's doing well. The pups were doing well yesterday. We did not do anything with them today. We're kind of short-handed, so we opted. I guess I did not tell you that early on when you did text me when you were at the line and I was out in the field throwing, you text me about who are we running, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I already told Andy that we were just going to run. I said, definitely I need to run Scoter, and we could run Rye, but the pups we weren't going to run. And he was fine with that just because we were kind of shorthanded.
Yeah.
So I neglected to say anything to you about that earlier, but he and I had already talked about that. So, but yeah, no, they're doing really well. What was that?
Rye.
Oh, okay. I thought that was Rye over there.
No, that's Oof.
Oh, okay. What I want to rewind and get your reaction to what we did last Friday, almost a week ago.
What did we do last Friday?
We went over to trap for the Talbot Retriever Club's Derby.
Yeah. Yep.
Let me set the backstory up. Actually, I just looked in May of 23. I think it was May of 23. Mike Hopkins and I judged the Maryland Retriever Club's Derby. Ironically enough, at the property where we trained today, and kind of by default, you got lassoed into being the marshal.
Oh, you volunteered me.
Well,
to be more specific.
I just said you got lassoed.
Yeah.
That's what I just said, didn't I?
Lasso.
Yeah, you just got lassoed into.
No, that would be from their end. You volunteered me.
Well, Alex Abraham's the one that asked me to judge, and I asked about help, and he said, "Well, you were more than welcome to be the marshal." So, I guess you were probably more concerned about marshaling than really watching the Derby.
Yeah, of course.
And I'm going to take a time out for those who do not know what an AKC Derby field trial is. It's for dogs that are at the start date of the trial or to the day 2 years or younger. So basically, younger than 2 years old, and it's just going to be a marking test. You can actually walk them up to the line on lead, tell them to sit, take the lead off, show them the guns. It's only going to be a 2, it's a double. And then you signal for the birds. They do have to be steady. And hopefully they just run out there in a straight line and pick up. He just gave a little, he's trying to get her going. I'm getting sidetracked.
Mash has the ball. He wants it back.
Yeah, and Proof is kind of doing a sidestep to her, trying to get her going. But yes, it's going to be more than likely four series, so 4 sets of doubles. Generally 2 series on land, 2 series on water or with water in them. And it's basically just to see, hey, can the dogs mark? They don't have to honor. They don't have to run a blind. It's just about marking. So, and specifically to how does that relate to us? We think that we might want to, before the pups are 2 years old, run them in a Derby, right?
Yeah.
We've been Oh, I thought you were.
Nope.
We've been binging on YouTube, so you've watched lots of Derby explanations on YouTube, and I just thought it was, hey, it'd be fun just ride over there, a little bit of a morning day trip for us to ride over there, and a good hour's drive to the west, go over there and just see what the Derby's all about. There was lots of names. It's only 14 dogs, but many people that we knew running dogs, and I just thought it'd be fun. Plus, the weekend before that was the Talbot Retriever Club's training day, where they kind of indicated they needed help. So I basically went there with the attitude I was going to, throw a bird and you could sit and watch. And they did not need any help. So we pulled up our chairs, nice place to sit and watch, and we watched the Derby. So what was your thoughts?
Yeah, it was nice to see a bunch of people that we actually have met through mostly hunt tests, I guess. And it was a small group, which was also kind of nice. It wasn't like 60 dogs. How many was it?
14.
Yeah, there you go. It wasn't many.
It needs to be at least 10 dogs to be an official Derby because they are giving out points. First place is I'm going to interrupt you. First place, if you didn't figure that out. First place is 5 points. Second place is 3 points. Third place is a point, and fourth is a half of a point. So they are going to give out points, and to make it a, quote, an official points Derby, there has to be at least 10 dogs. I think sometimes when it's close, you'll see people enter dogs that maybe so they can make the 10 that maybe really shouldn't be in it. But anyway.
Yeah, so, the first series was 2 long landmarks. And they're all doubles, all thrown as doubles, right? And so there was a test dog for that particular series, and it's just kind of fun. Basically, these are dogs are puppies, so full of enthusiasm, and but some of them, definitely there was a big broad range in age. I mean, some of them were under a year, and some were almost 2.
You're right at 2 years old. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
but just under 2, I should say.
But yeah, it was neat. These dogs just go out there full speed, and the whole skill to it all is their ability to mark, is what I'm told. That's what it's all about, is just to see how well they can mark. Take the straightest line to where the bird fell. I would say most of the dogs tend to run towards the white jackets and then pick up the scent. Not all of them, but I would say majority of them kind of do that. But yeah, it was it was over very, very quickly.
It was fast. I think instead of pick up the scent, although the wind in Series 2, the wind did give away the memory bird, I believe. But I think a lot of dogs, what you're describing is they run to the gun, and then once they get to the gun, then they kind of peel off to find the bird.
Yeah.
It was very few dogs that, if you want to say, were outside of the arc, getting there. So the arc. So from the gun to where the bird is thrown. Let's say the bird does, if from the line we're looking out there at the gun, it's thrown left to right. So there is a arc of the travel in the sky to where it falls, and generally, ideally the dog would go directly to the bird. And I can recall in the second series, probably the dog did it the best actually was outside of the arc and curled right back in and stepped right on the bird. Whereas most of those birds in the second series on that memory bird, to me, they ran at the gun, they were under the arc, and the wind was, so the gun was to the left, the bird was thrown to the right, the wind was right to left. Yeah. So basically blowing from the bird to the gun, so they kind of ran under the arc and whoop, oh, wait a second, and they put the brakes on and went over there. There's a bird laying there. And the cover, it was a wheat field. So a winter wheat field, enough cover, not crazy cover, but enough cover. But generally, typically, it was a flat field. Some ditch, when I say ditch, just small depressions to help water drain off of it, but not maybe 6-8 inches depression, not a ditch like it's 3 feet, 4 feet deep, that kind of thing. So, what happened in the second series?
So the second series, the gentleman that ran his dog as test dog, I guess had to leave because they had another. Would they have the open or open, running in a different area? Obviously, I'm guessing he went over there because he left, and then they need another test dog. I guess the one judge knew Jeff and asked if we had a dog that we could run as test dog. And we do have dogs. Thankfully,
we do have dogs. Now, whether they can run a successful test dog, I don't know. Scoter, although she's 26 months old now, so she's over the age. So, my hesitation with her is that she's really beyond the requirements of the dog. And the test dog is going to be just basically for the judges and the gallery to watch, the handlers to watch what the test is. And, the judges can tweak something. They can, the handlers can ask a question from what they just saw the dog do. It's pretty much open-ended, but they just want to see a dog go out there and pick the birds up. So, I said, I didn't really say Scoter, but Scoter's on my mind, but I was like, we do have 3 dogs that are 13 months old. I said, but I don't know the one that I would want to run. I don't know if she's going to be steady. They're like, we don't care. Hold her. I'm like, are you sure? Yeah. He's like, yep. He says, if you want, do them as singles. I said, well, now I'll do them as a double. I said, but I really, I question. She's not going to be steady, so she's going to break. And I just don't want it to be a shit show. I didn't say that to them, but that's where I'm going.
Can you help her?
What's happening?
I don't know. She fell. She wants to get down. She'd been whining about it.
No, I think you're hearing the ball. All right, Scoter, do you want to get down? Come on, let's go. Go, get down. No, she doesn't want. All right, Scoter likes to sit in the chairs that we're sitting in. There happens to be two on the left and right of us, or one on the left and one on the right of us. And she does like to climb up in there. Elmer likes to climb up in there, too. Anyway, I didn't say I don't want it to be a shit show, but I didn't really want it to be a shit show. So he's like, hold her.
See?
I was like, if you sure? He's like, yep, no problem. And again, he said, if you want to do singles, he said, we'll do whatever you want. And eventually he's like, think of it as a day of training. I was like, I'm all about that. Let's do this.
Want me to help her? She wants to get down.
Well, go, jump. Come on, go.
It's her elbows.
All right, there she goes. I thought her elbows were normal.
Yeah, it doesn't mean they're not going to get arthritic if she keeps jumping down.
All right. So I have to say my nervousness went up a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. Mm-hmm. And I do have to say, Mash, she behaved. You aired her for the first time, so that was way up the road. Thank you. On the backside, she was, a little bit of her stupid out, and basically I just got to walk up there and, like I kind of thought like I'm running her in a derby. Went on lead to the line, sat her down, put my lead away. She does sit there nice for you
until she sees something she wants.
Well, I was going to say until something gets thrown, but I did help. I just put my finger on her collar, and the double went off, and so the one that I was just describing in the second series, a lot of the dogs winded. That was the memory bird. So that was the first one down. It was thrown left to right, and then the go bird off to our left was thrown left to right and kind of up on a little bit of a berm, a mound kind of thing. So it's kind of a concept she has not really, had a chance to experience. But all in all, she did well.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, she did well.
I was kind of worried about her going up that berm, and it was over a ditch and then up a berm, and she kind of, instead of going right to the bird, she went left and just did a small hunt, but she found it reasonably quickly. And then many of the other pups that were running the test did a similar thing. So for us, it was, I should say for me, it was reassuring that she's doing well. She's marking reasonably well.
Yeah, and again, in her defense, that's a mark that she's not experienced before. That would be something we haven't thrown, we haven't done. So I thought that was good. So so that was the second series. Basically, the line that the dog ran from was exactly the same line. The first set of marks from that line were off to the right. This set of marks that she got to run was kind of angled off to the left, and then from there we went on up to a flooded impoundment, running water. Let's see. The memory bird was on the berm on the right-hand side, thrown behind the berm, and you got a splash. So it hit the water on the backside, and then the go bird was off to our left, thrown to the right, but very cheaty. Mm-hmm. And I have to say she did get in the water. Yes, she did cheat some going down. She pushed off the water, but eventually she jumped. She had to catch the corner of the water. She jumped in there, got it, and you couldn't really see her when she was on the backside of the berm, but wasn't but a second. She had the bird came back, and she had a little bit of a hunt, as I recall, on the memory bird.
Yeah.
But again, went and got it, came right back. So that was good. And then the fourth series on the same line, same piece of flooded impoundment. The memory bird was all the way across. It was to the right now, but all the way across, thrown left to right. And then the go bird was the memory bird, the memory gun from the third series. It was thrown left to right, but in some corn that was dry. And man, her speed, she started to check up, and then she was just gone, and she just blew out the back. Eventually, she picked up. I guess I would say she switched officially if we were judging her, because she did establish a hunt for the although it was not anywhere close to the bird, but she hunted the berm on the back side of the gun. Mm-hmm. Well, no, it was on the front side of the gun, but behind the mark, up on the berm, and then eventually she went on around and picked the right bird up. I can't handle her, stop her, so I couldn't do anything. I just sat there and watched her do it. And they did say as she came back, they were like, "Would you like us to throw another bird for us?" Like, yeah, if you could, that'd be very helpful. So then had the gunner throw another bird, which this time she did kind of check up, and she got it. So that was her
experience as test dog.
Well, I was going to say her first official Derby experience, even though she did not run the Derby. She got to run test dog. So they're right now, Elmer T and Proof are just tearing up the rod. Scoter dog, but Scoter dog. Mash dog, excuse me.
She loves it.
Yeah, so. Thoughts before we move on from that?
No. It was It was good. And the cool thing was that the person that came at first and third is someone who we've worked with earlier this year.
Yeah, down at Cooper Black. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, Kevin
McLean.
Thank you.
Morning Sun Retrievers.
Yep.
In the Shenandoah Valley.
Bob and Ted, and it was Bob and Ted's big adventure that weekend.
Yeah, and honestly, they did well in the first and second series, but I did not have them winning. And the dog I had winning in the third and the fourth series just kind of didn't do a bad job, but just slipped up. And the dog that I had winning first and second series, they got second place. Mm-hmm. So Bob did move around. I think the dog's named Jet. Did move around Jet, and then Ted came in third. Fourth place, I can't remember. I think it was the fellow from Wisconsin.
Yes,
yeah, I think it was the young fellow from Wisconsin. So
yeah, some nice dogs for sure.
Yeah, but long story short, we ended up staying there all day long, because now we felt, once we were, well, first off, we got to run test dog, plus we're like, hey, we might as well see who wins this.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. It was over pretty quick, really.
Yeah, I think to the last, so they started with 14 dogs. Everybody got called back to the second series. I think they only, second series, maybe they lost 2 or 3 dogs. And then the third series, they lost a couple. So they went, I think the last series, there was only 8 dogs. And I'm not sure if anybody had to pick up their dog in that.
I don't think so.
Yeah. So, you know what? Vance, his dog switched. So he did not get a ribbon. He picked up all the birds, but he did switch.
Okay.
So I think he did not get through his little chocolate female. But I think it may have been the only dog that started the 4 series that didn't finish and get at least a jam. So yeah. So now I think we were going to. This motivated us more to want to run a derby.
Yeah,
that's what.
I just think it's for our dogs. They're high energy. They love to run. I think they probably more suited to that style of testing
versus a hunt test.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, I say this all the time. Well, we did not train Monday, Tuesday. We trained Wednesday and trained today. So in 4 days, if we train Monday and Tuesday, there's only 1 day out of the 4 that we train for hunt test. The rest is
field trial.
Yeah, field trial, all age type work. So, which rewind to yesterday, Mash has been the marker recently, and freaking Elmer T stepped it up.
Yeah, he did a great job.
We just did him on singles. It was a kind of an indebted triple, but I'm kind of working on, well, even on singles, I want them to go look long and pick the long bird up first. And Mash, she picked the birds up, but she did not do as good of a job as Elmer T did.
Yeah, I think we kind of just thought that she didn't give her as much time at the line. Maybe
you said I rushed her.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
Yep.
So just because she has been doing so well, maybe didn't think she needed as much time. But yeah, I think you definitely slowed it down for Elmer, just because Elmer may have needed a little more help anyway. But dang, if that boy didn't go straight to the bird.
Yeah, he stepped on each bird. And again, and Mash did pick the birds up, but had a little bit of a hunt here or there. She just did not. She didn't run out there and pinpoint the mark, pinpoint the bird.
That's okay.
No, it's training. It's training. But my point is, I just wanted to say that not that there's a competition, but yesterday he was notably sharper than what he has been. That's more what I wanted to say. So
tell him each time we go, someone gets the opportunity to be the superstar.
They do.
And his was yesterday, and his mother's was today.
Yeah, Mariah did a really good job today too. And honestly, Scooter did a really good job yesterday. It was a 265-67 cheating single yard, 265-7 or so. Let's just say 265. Had to be a good 200-yard entry onto that. And if anything, she almost went a little bit fat.
Yeah.
And we saw plenty of dogs cheat it. And I said I took that as the win for me.
Yeah, for sure.
Yesterday, she did good.
She did real good.
Yeah, and then today, although just hunt test, much shorter marks, set up definitely a nice little cheating single. I was a double, water double. The Go Bird was a nice little cheating single. Just catch the corner of this channel. The right bird was thrown, the short bird was thrown right to left, and then the long bird, you had 2 pieces of water to get in, and it was thrown right to left. So we did that as a double, and she did, she was looking for ducks. We did not throw ducks that time. We threw some dokins, whatever you want to call them, some rubber ducks. And I think when she blew, happened to throw the short one, and she just blew right past you. I even recalled her and did it again, and she blew right past you. So anyway, just had you rethrow them real quick, rethrow the double, and she did a really nice job, and did a nice job on the water blind. So
she did.
Yeah, so I was very pleased with that. So generally, typically, they're dogs. Not every day is quote the win, because we're training them. But I do like to see some kind of. I like to take something away that was a positive note. The bad things can happen because we are training, but I do like to say, yeah, that was good, and there was yesterday was and today too. Today was good also. So. See, the difference between training and testing. I will say this, the past 3 Thursdays on the hunt test setups, I've definitely been in test mode versus training mode. Yesterday, on all age stuff, I'm trained everybody, right? I'm not there to test. I'm not there to see the all age triple with a retired gun, whatever you want it to be. I'm not there to do that. I'm there. I did them as, well, actually, I lie. Because I did do, in the triple yesterday, I did the long bird as a single, and then I came back and I ran, basically they were kind of equidistant, but the middle bird and the right-hand bird, I ran them as a double. But still, I think I'm training on those days, I'm training versus testing. And again, with next Friday, a week away, especially with it being Easter, instead of the hunt test Saturday and Sunday, it's going to be Friday and Saturday. It's going to be the moment of truth. I'm already nervous.
Jeff, I keep telling you not to talk yourself into being nervous. He keeps envisioning himself being nervous. He needs to envision his ray of confidence.
Well, I still can be confident, but I can be nervous too. I told you today when we turned off Route 13, if this was next week, it'd be welling up in me already.
You just need to get it out of your mind, not even talk about it.
Well, I have not found the right podcast. I've searched, and none of them really help me.
The power of positive thinking. Just Google that and see what comes up.
I still think if I get there, it wouldn't have to be a big one. You might. What?
He hungry.
Oh, buddy.
It's okay, old man. I know. We're gonna get dinner soon.
It's the Duker. I think if you'd let me have just a little bit of Crown Royal Black. Once I get on the test grounds, I think
it's not happening.
It might take my edge off.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some literature out there that gives a big old red flag for the need to drink alcohol before.
Well, what's the difference of doing that or you pop a pill?
You don't have those either, so.
I think I do because of the back thing. They gave me this prescription and I didn't take it.
It's been sitting there for a year. The pill will continue to sit there.
What is the pill? I don't even know what it is.
I don't know. Some kind of Valium.
Well, I think a nice little splash of some Crown Royal Black would be helpful to me next Friday.
Just read a book on power of positive thinking.
But love, I just told you, I've been trying to listen to these podcasts, and I talk about me getting my magic box and stuff. They're in the fucking magic box. I'm serious. The one that said, "Oh yes, so when these thoughts arise, you just need to get into your magic box.
You need to find a better box."
Now the magic box is real.
I probably
don't let people discredit the magic box because it does exist, and you must get in the magic. Off well you must that. Get in the magic box.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the magic box sounds.
I think I'm going to bring the magic flask with me.
No, you're not. Stop. People are going to be breathalyzing you.
Well, you can drive home. It's fine.
No, at the test to make sure you're not running the dog under the influence.
I don't believe in the AKC rules.
Well, I'm going to institute one.
Well, there's nothing that says you can't.
No, I say you can't. Say.
Well, I don't know. All right, so we're excited. I'm excited. I hope you're excited about Karen, but we're going to get to see. We're going to get to see what's what. See from I'll say taking my lumps in Emporia at that double to next Friday. You just see I don't know. I do have confidence in her, but like if something if she blows up, like I don't know that I might not be able to recover from it.
No, we'll just say screw hunt test.
Yeah,
we're just going to go to field trials. We're not doing it anymore.
Well, we had a phone conversation with.
Oh yeah, Jean.
Well, I wasn't going to say her name, but
oh, hey Jean.
Well, I wasn't going to say her name, but she happens to have a. How would you say? What's Bluey's relationship to Scoter?
Bluey.
They're brother and sister, but from different litters, right?
He's from the first litter,
right?
Of the sire. And
so
the
same blood, but not the same litter,
right?
Okay, however you want to
say. He's about a year ahead of her.
Yeah,
yeah.
But yeah, we were talking about that. So lucky her, she's hanging out with Pat Burns.
Yeah,
I think this is like pushing the 4th week. So
yeah, we'll be catching up with her next month.
Yes, we're going to catch up at the Delbay trial.
Yay.
Yeah, so actually we have to enter that this coming Tuesday. I have to get ready. So we'll get in that too. Oh, yeah.
How's your decoys going?
Well, I'm going to keep talking about dogs for a second.
Of course you are. Okay.
So, yeah, I just really, I'm going to do more than hope, but I truly hope that she just, I know she can do the work. She already has passes anyway. It's not like that she's never passed a master hunter. Mm-hmm. It's just that we're coming off a rough double.
Yeah, it really was rough. It confidence took a big blow that weekend.
Yeah. I need to be confident when I step to the line.
Yep.
So speaking of Southern dog training, I believe Sweet Paulie 66, Paulie McKinnon he'll be able to hear this because he's got at least like 16 hours to drive from Foster, Alabama, from the official home of the Doghouse podcast with Adam Campbell. He's going to be hanging out with him next week. But this week, he's in Bruce, Mississippi, doing a Jaxie boot camp with Kevin Sheff. Yeah, I was going to say, I stuttered for his first name. But so, Sweet Paulie, safe travels. I hope you're listening to this as you're driving. So if he's not, maybe we'll catch up with us some other time. But I do know looks like he's got a good 16 hours or so. It says the fastest way is to go D.C. and Annapolis, but I just can't believe that.
There's no way.
Yeah, I just can't, versus coming up like through the Carolinas and do Virginia Beach.
Yeah.
It's only like, I looked the other day, it's like 55 minutes, but man, it's got it 55 minutes longer not to be in D.C. traffic.
Yeah, going through Richmond and ugh.
Yeah. Well, then once you're north of Baltimore, north of D.C.,
yeah.
So then you're kind of in that no man's land of Columbia and getting over to Annapolis, and you got it's just, it's a lot of traffic.
You got to hit it at the right time to make it less painful.
Yeah. But anyway, we wish Sweet Paulie and Jackson, Sweet Jackson, safe.
Jaxie boy.
There you go, Jaxie boy. Safe travels from Alabama to Maryland. So.
Yep. I hope you got everything out of it that you hope for.
Yeah, 100%. A lot of time and effort to get there. I would imagine, even if it's on the cooler side of things there, which I think it is like us, it's got to be much better weather than on PEI. So.
Yeah, they got a pretty good deluge on his way down. They got flooding and all kinds of stuff down there.
That and there were some hurricanes.
Tornadoes, yeah.
Why do I always say that? All right, love, decoys. The Kings are coming along nice. I just really need to probably need two more days. When I said not complete days, but 2 more good painting sessions, and those things will be done. Probably the same, honestly, with the common mergansers. They'll be very close there. There's that old like a 97. It's got a masonite tail in it, a 97 cork. It's not hollow. The cork mallard. Put eyes in that thing, so that's going to be done. And there's a 2021 mallard, a little different style. It is hollow cork, but it's a little different style. I believe I got that pattern out of a Bill Veazey book. And what else is sitting there? The little hollow cedar bluebill. It's going to be done too. So I just need to sit down. I think tomorrow it's going to rain pretty good. Yep. So I do have some things to do. First thing, maybe get my hairs cut, taxes, get that,
Yes.
get that all situated, and then I think I'm just going to really try to concentrate on painting tomorrow.
Decoys,
so, yep. We did get Colby at Pirate Fabrications in Willards. He did get us the bracket, and then let me rewind. So on the Coleman 17B, the back bumper is not much. It's fine for the Slinky Winky to be in there, but like it's just not
Stinky Slinky.
Yeah, okay, yeah. It's not very structural. So he did a kind of a channel box behind it between the frame rails, and then came out with some 2-inch, and then did a 2-inch receiver. So we have the quack rack basket now officially on the back of the camper.
And you have to carry the generator.
It's gonna be nice. Generator, gas, spare tire, and
it'll be nice.
maybe a cooler or something else out there. Whatever. We got plenty of space there. So at the very least, it gets the generator out of as we went down the road early this year. The generator was inside, so that'll sit out back. So that's nice. And possibly, again, next Friday we'll know better. She's stalking.
Yes, she is.
Stalking moles and voles. But possibly, we talked about it this morning driving to Delaware. That are we going to Giddings, Texas?
Ask Skoda.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Next Friday we'll have a better idea and a better plan. So I don't know.
Kind of exciting stuff. But something that just keeps plaguing my mind
What's that?
ever since
What's that?
she mentioned it. We were talking about Giddings, Texas, was about the scorpions and the snakes down there.
Well, snakes was more on my mind than scorpions, but
Yeah, I've never ever seen a scorpion.
in the
Ever.
wild. Well,
I'm a Scorpio, but I've never seen a scorpion.
oh, she's digging. Smash!
Yell at
Smash!
her.
Stop!
We can thank
Sorry, I didn't mean to yell
Skoda.
too loud. She just pounced and just went to
She does.
went to a speed dig. Stop! It's okay.
She said there's voles in there. I'm
Okay.
trying to get them.
Oh,
Good girl.
does she hear them or smell them?
I think she listens for them
Okay.
and watches the ground move.
Okay. Well, they definitely are out there stalking them.
Good girl.
All right. Giddings, Texas. Yeah. I've not seen a scorpion in the wild. If we find one, maybe we have to bring it home.
No,
As a pet.
we are
As a
not.
pet.
And then some people said the little ones are the dangerous ones.
Well, we'll have to Google
I have to
it.
Google, yeah. I
We'll
haven't
have to Google it.
haven't
So.
researched that yet.
All right, love. I think that's all I got. Do you have anything?
We just sent out our newsletter
Yes,
the other
yes.
day. If anyone is interested in being on our Constant Contact newsletter list, just send us your email address and we'll get it out to you. It's roughly once a month, so don't want to blow you up.
Yeah, not bombard. Here's a little side note, just how weird I am. Like, I don't really mind emails like that kind of stuff, but the other day, there was a couple that just kind of almost like every other day I'd get one. I was like, this isn't, it's more of it's not relevant to me.
Yeah.
So anyway, I did go. I think
Unsubscribe.
I think yesterday I went through, I think it was 5 of them total. I went through and unsubscribed.
Yeah,
so.
you get bombarded with all kinds of junk.
That's just-
Spam calls, everything.
Yeah, that's more my issue is the phone calls versus the email. The email, I don't mind.
Will we update about Oof the Proof?
Yeah, do it. Talk, please.
So, Proof, Pitboss Salty Rise.
What? What are you? I can't understand what they're saying.
Pitboss Salty Rise 107 Proof. So,
Okay.
Proof.
Okay.
On the last podcast, we did just talk a little bit about the Randy Bone book. It's not the dog's fault. We're still working through it. It's kind of been 2.5, going on probably 3 weeks now. I haven't done anything with him today yet, but we have progressed to the point where we can do our circling on about a 20-foot circle around him to sit, and I don't hold the leash, so he will just sit in place. Pretty good, and I can at least do that. Kind of working our way towards the blind and distractions. Did some work with him yesterday doing the field trial training. He was all amped up. He knew, kind of what was going on. He's hearing the whistles and the guns go off. So he was amped up pretty good, but overall, on the proof scale, he did okay. And it was probably the first time I've done it there, I think. Yeah. So he's improving. He's not going backwards. He's improving. He's still not getting any bumpers or birds or anything of the sort. He's not happy about that. Today he did a good bit of barking in the T350.
Yep.
Just hearing what was going on. But
I did think it was kind of funny. I was out in the field in between dogs. I yelled, and he actually stopped barking. So
he did. But he was really just trying to tell us he needed to go poop.
Wow.
And then when that was resolved, then he was good.
Yep. Somebody shared that episode with Randy, and actually Randy texted me.
Yep. Yeah, I did. There are, some questions I have, not so much now, but just little things. I was wondering how I should handle it with him in the early days, and he did say that I could have called him, and I have not yet.
Yeah, that's all right.
I want to bug the man.
Well, you did offer.
Yeah, it was very nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much all I got, I think.
All right, love. This is the Pit Boss Podcast, brought to you by our very good friends at Molly's Place Sporting Goods. Fuel your adventure at mymollys.com. MYMOLLYS.com. Up next, new. Well, they're not that new because we've been using their brake product since 2010. December 2010 on the Loadmaster trailer. The first Loadmaster trailer I do see on. He's a damn good-looking dog. Is D-Max, DEEMAXX. In our case, stainless steel disc brakes. But check them out if you need disc brake, or you need disc. If you need disc brakes for your travel trailer or boat trailer. Oh, he's gonna sneeze. Check out D-Max, DEEMAXX. Up next, Crabs to Go. I've been seeing Crabs to Go do all kinds of awesome posts of food. We need some seafood in our life.
Yeah, that would be really good, actually.
Crabs to Go. CrabsToGo.com is easily found on Route 50 and Route 589 in Berlin, Maryland. Up next, Punishing the Docks and Rocks. Steve Hoover, thinking of you we are. Duckwater Boats, duckwaterboats.com. And, of course, we are in the world's largest duck boat, the Ocean 32. Powered by what, love?
Suzuki 350 with a duo prop.
There you go. I love that duo prop. I love you.
Because I can remember that part.
You can. Thank you very much. Up next, Man's Best Kennel, Gunner.com, Gunner Kennels. We used them again today. That is what is in the T350. I have to say, I'm going to not ramble too much, but at the Derby, there were people that were very curious to like how the van set up.
Yes.
Yeah, there was a lot of interest in that.
And just to to change topics on you, but
speak.
Jeff has got 2 episodes up so far of Pitboss's Black Labs, and on the second episode, we kind of did a semi-interview of
Introduction.
Yeah. Jeff and Skoda on the backside with the doors open, and people were very curious.
To what we got going on. Plus, I did have somebody. Well, actually, 2 people reached out and said, "Hey, man, like one of your episodes for Black Labs should be just like show us the van."
I think it's a good suggestion.
100%. We kind of did that before. I don't think we've really revisited after it's been insulated in the skin with the extra air condition. But early on, hunt test last year, I can remember shiny black walls still inside. We did a couple of those quick little walkthroughs. So, all right, a little segue or side note of Man's Best Kennel, Gunner.com. Up next, we have not used it in forever. It is the ultimate outdoor oven, Duck Blind Bistro. DuckBlindBistro.com. It is the ultimate outdoor oven. It's what we use daily. Most I cook basically. When I say daily, maybe I do skip a day, but in the world's largest duck boat. DuckBlindBistro.com. Live Loud, which I think should be the ultimate Bluetooth speaker, is TurtleBoxAudio.com. Turtlebox. We appreciate everyone at Turtlebox, and we. Inside more of the shop. Actually, out here we do use them sometimes too. I can't remember. I don't want to go on another tangent, but we had like a.
What?
I was going to say we had a drinking afternoon, but like that's every day.
Stop.
No, but it was like a drinking. I don't know if it was
What are we
like
talking
Father's
about?
Day, 4th of July. I don't know. We sat out here and listened to music all one day.
Oh, yeah.
But all we did was just sit here and listen to music.
Yeah,
You
probably.
let me, and it was my music. You let
Yeah, I
me,
was going to say it's probably mostly you because I can't sit still that long.
you let me choose my music. But anyway, all right. Live Loud, the ultimate Bluetooth speaker, is turtleboxaudio.com. Turtlebox, thank you very much. Up next is Heavy Shot, heavyshotammo.com, who is the maker of the Motley's exclusive Heavy Hammer Chesapeake. Comes in 12 gauge, 20 gauge, and 28 gauge. Heavy Shot, heavyshotammo.com. No more Whalerville Wagon Tails, but pitbosswaterfowl.com. 12 more days for up the grabs for next season. Actually, the past week there has been quite a bit of interest in email and some text. Nobody's committed to any dates, but there is interest, so. I guess that's it. If you are still listening, thank you very much. We appreciate you. Once again, this is the Pit Boss Podcast, brought to you by our very good friends at Molly's Place Sporting Goods. As always, thinking of you we are. Boom.
Cheers.